Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to talk about maids. So the maid module, and when we look at the maid module, it was made by Quenty, and it pretty much helps manage state. Well, it manages the cleaning of events and other things, like parts and all that. And so it's very easy to use. It even explains it right here. We just create a key and then we connect that to a function, and then we can create a task. And then tasks, if they overwrite each other with the same name, it will just automatically clean up. And there's also something called Maid Give Promise. This is from the Promise module. I think it was called Avra. That's the person who made it. You could check it out in the developer hub or the developer forum. I don't think it's on the developer hub. Do cleaning. This cleans up all the tasks. Alias for do cleaning is destroy. So you have two forms right there. And let's go back up. We could give a task. Give task. This is the same as just making a new key. Same as indexing, but uses an incremented number as a key. So it's pretty much just gonna add a new task. That's what it does. And then this one, it rewrites another task. So that's just using the same key twice. And all of it's over here. If we use the same key twice, it says right here, task given to a maid will be cleaned when maid or index is set to a different value. So if we set it to nil, it will clean it up pretty much. That's pretty cool. And then it removes the named task. If the task is an event, it will disconnect. If it is an object, it will destroy. So let's take a look at this in a script. I was just trying to refresh myself, but let's test this out in a script together. So let's say we have a test script, okay? And we want to make a part connection. Let's just go into baseplate and add a part. There you go, we have a part in baseplate. Let's anchor it, it's a good practice. Okay, and then I guess we'll increase the size because it will look cool. There you go, and then let's drag it. There you go, and it fits perfectly too. I tested this before, it fits perfectly. It's pretty cool. Alright, so let's get on topic. So we have the test, and we want to make a touch connection. Local, actually let's get the maid module. So let's do maid equals require game dot service script service dot maid. And let's get the part, local part equals workspace wait for child part. So make sure that the part's in the workspace. And now we have to make a new maid. So local maid equals maid dot new. This would make a new maid. Oh, capital M, because this is maid right there. And with this, we can make a connection. So let's just do maid dot, and then we can name the connection anything that we want. So let's call this remove part. Okay, and then we equal this to the part. So when we pass in a part inside of the maid or an object, the maid will clean up the object. So right now it's saved as a task. This is not going to clean it up. This is going to save task. So this is a task to remove the part. And now we have to call the task. So let's just do wait maybe 10 seconds. And then we can do maid dot remove part equals nil. So we set the maid.remove part equals nil. And let's run the game. Let's see what happens to the part. should be, I think you guys will know what happens, but let's see what happens. Okay, this is not good. Okay. Oh, and it just destroyed when I just loaded in. I'm not sure why that took so long. But yeah, it just destroyed as soon as we got in. But yeah, we saw that it destroyed. I could have used a print. Would have made more sense if I used like a print destroyed. But it's all good. We saw that the part was destroyed. So after 10 seconds and we make maid.remove part equals nil, we just set it back to nil. And this saves a task, so we can have multiple tasks. We can do maid.remove baseplate, or let's call this destroy baseplate, you know, be more unique with our names. Equals, and then we'd have to get baseplate. Local baseplate equals workspace, wait for child, baseplate. And then we'll set that to the baseplate. And so if we do maid dot destroy baseplate equals nil, we can do this, right? It will destroy both of these. But the thing about maid is that it has a built-in function, and that thing is called maid equals, actually what is it called? Maid equals do cleaning. So right here, maid equals do cleaning, or you can do maid equals destroy. So we can destroy the maid. So let's do maid equals destroy, which is the same exact thing as maid do cleaning. So this is the same as maid do cleaning. And now we're going to see both of them get destroyed after 10 seconds. Alright, there you go. I loaded in quicker. Okay, and now they destroyed. They're gone. And yeah, this can stack. It doesn't have to be parts. Let's try a part.touch connection. I think that was my original idea, but I just forgot about it. So let's just call this maid.part connection. And we're going to do part.touched equals connect function. And so we have a connection here, maid.part connection. So the thing about this is that usually if you'd want to disconnect something, so say if this was equal to, well, people would do connection equals part.touched equals connect function. You would do connection equals disconnect. But the thing about maid, you just set it to nil, just like the other time we did it. We just set it to nil. And that just disconnects it as well. It's the same exact thing. And yeah, pretty much you can group up things as well. We can do maid.baseplate connection equals baseplate.touched equals connect function. And then we can also do that as well. We can make a baseplate.touch connection, and then as soon as we touch it, we can disconnect it. Maid.baseplate connection. I don't even have to make it this name. I can name it anything. I can name this anything that I would want. .poop. And then that will set it to nil. And so, didn't I say that if we overwrite something that's already named, it will automatically disconnect the old one, right? So what does that mean? So this means that if we did maid.part connection, so we choose the same exact name as the other one, we make this baseplate.touch equals connect function. This right here will basically be disconnected and then reconnect to this. So this will automatically disconnect. it's not going to break your thing, it's going to disconnect it because we chose the same exact index as this one. So as we saw here, we can choose, we see right here, made equals new index. So this is the same as made, well this is the same method as made dot new index. This is the same thing as that. And yeah, we're saving the tasks, that's true. And then this is the same as made.new index because we're saving the task with a new index. And you could do the same thing as using the actual functions, because we're just using the methods like he said, because right here we're using this, we don't actually call the give task, but we could do give task like local new task equals made give task, and then we have our function in here we could create. We could pass our function in there. Let's do part.touched equals connect function, and there you go. It even adds 2 parentheses for us. That's pretty cool. So yeah, we gave a task, it's the new task, and now when we print new task, what will it print? It will print 1. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Why? Well, why does it print 1? Why does it give us 1 in this scenario? And what can we do with the number 1? Well, number 1 is the index of the table. So this is the first item in our new table because we made a new table by doing made.new, and this is our new task, our only task for this one made. And with this index, we can specify how to disconnect the event with a local variable if you prefer variables that you can set as a local, so it can be, so you don't even have to type it. It's right here, new task. You see, instead of just part.touched, well, part.clear event, no, what am I saying, clear, what was it, remove part, or it was made.remove part. What am I doing? Made.remove part. Instead of doing this, we do this, and this would actually save, it would actually tell us it's a new task. It says new task right there. So that's the thing about locals. They're really helpful like that. But with this, we can disconnect it. So let's wait 10 seconds, and then let's do made, and then put the index number in there. So we're gonna put new task, and then make that equal to nil. So this is going to do the same exact thing, and we can look inside the part too, so I can show you that it will disconnect it. So we run the game, and inside the part, oh, it just removed it. Here, let me add 5 more seconds because my game is really slow. Okay. Alright, inside we have a touch interest that tells us that the part is touchable, and then it destroys automatically with the variable that we just set. So that is something that we can do with give task if we just do this. Well, this is the exact same thing as made dot, let's call this destroy part. We could call it anything we want, and then we could do part dot touched equals connect function. This is the same exact thing. These two are the same exact thing. This right here is the same as this, but they you just have to redefine it with how you set it up. So with the new task, you just do made new task equals nil. And if you want to disconnect this same one, we can do made dot destroy part equals nil. And ooh, I'm actually wondering, what if we run this? What will happen? Because we have both of the same tasks, but they have different methods. Because we got them differently. Because we're giving the task like this, and we set it to a name. This one we set it to a name. So what would happen over here? I'm actually kind of interested. But what can we do to test this out? Like how do we know what happens? Well, let's run the game right now. We'll see what happens. And it didn't do anything. Okay. Well, actually, we still have the touch interest. I thought it would error because we just set the task twice, but differently. Because, yeah, we just set the task differently. So I guess it just overwrites this one because it's the same thing, so it just creates a new connection. I mean, that's what I think. Or maybe they both... What if we disconnect both of them? Ooh, bro, I'm kind of interested. This is kind of interesting. I just did not think about this. New task equals nil. And then we got made dot destroy part equals nil. So now we're disconnecting both. Will this error? Let's test this out. And it must have, yeah, it removed the connection. I didn't show you, but it removed it. Yeah, so I think, yeah, it doesn't error. It just disconnects it. I guess both of them are connected to the same thing. So if we just do one of them, it's just going to disconnect one of them. This one's just going to be connected for no reason. So just re-look at your scripts. Just make sure that you don't have the same task twice. Don't give them the same method, right? You're going to remember if you say destroy part because you named it like that. And you're going to say, oh, I have another part touch. But actually, why would you have two part touches in one script? That just wouldn't make sense. So just reread your script and make sure you don't have the same thing twice. Like, yeah, part dot touch shouldn't be happening twice. That just wouldn't make sense. So, yeah, this is pretty much Maids. It's very cool. Pretty much, you can do a lot of stuff with this. Well, it will help you a lot with your scripts when cleaning up things like connections and all that. You can use made is made to check if it's a made. That's a small little cool thing too. I added my own notes in here so you guys can take a look right now. Well, actually, let's go from top to bottom because I should have done that in the beginning, but I kind of rushed in. So let's start with made.new. It sets a metatable. So metatable is just an extended table, pretty much. It's just with more functions like index, but they don't use index or any of that. They just put it in a metatable to save the tasks, just to make the tasks table. So yeah, this creates a tasks table for the maid, and that's what it returns. It returns the tasks table. Well, it returns the meta table. So, and then over here we can check if it's a maid. We just do made is made. So over here we can check print made dot is made. I think it's like that. It should give us true because we're asking if it is a maid. Ooh, what the heck? Okay, it gave us oh, maybe that's our source code. Well, that's the what is it called? I thought it would return true. I mean, that's what I wrote. I said it will return true because when I looked at this, I thought these return true because it's just saying, is it this? Is the class made? Alright, then it just returns this big thing. Oh crap. Okay, I did not know that. I thought it would turn true. But yeah, so it returns that. I'm not sure what that's for. But I don't think... Okay, why did this open up? But I don't think that's necessary. Unless if I just don't know what it's for. But maid index, it returns. I don't use any of these returns though. These are just returning variables that just ask you things. Actually no, I use this one, of course, to just call it, to make the metatable. But I don't use these two. I'm not sure what these are for. But yeah, I just use this. I don't know why you would want to make a task like give task. I don't know why you would want that. Yeah, new task, that just overwrites the other one. Adds a task to adds a task able to replace the given index. Adds a task to the table, same as indexing. This is a promise module, so I don't have that, but I want to try it out. It's just it's gonna take a long time. Do cleaning, that cleans up all the tasks, and this is the same as destroy. That's pretty much what everything is. Do cleaning, you can see that it disconnects all of the events. These are the original notes, I think. And then it cleans out the task completely because it's in a while loop. So it just keeps on running by next, which goes to the next item in the table. Passing the index in the task, that's what next does. That's pretty cool. And it disconnects, it destroys things. If it's a destroy type of item like an object, it destroys it, it disconnects, and then it runs the function. If it's a function, it will run it. And when you run a function, it would be, this looks like it's a whole new thing, but it's not. It's just like when you run a function, it would have the two parentheses. So you're just calling the function when it destroys. So pretty much, what does that mean? So we have a maid.connect function, and then we pass in a function just like this. And so when we destroy maid, oops, I forgot about end. And so when we destroy this connection, maid.connect function equals nil, this function is gonna run. So when we destroy the maid, this function runs. So this will run print working. And then after 10 seconds, wait 10 seconds. So any function you pass in will just go straight to nil. It will just be set to nil. If you set it to nil, it will just run the function. So it's like an on death function pretty much. And you could connect it. This is what you would run if you were disconnecting something. So if you were disconnecting an event, you could put like the aftermath of the event in here. So you could put the aftermath of the event. Okay. I mean, I'm just going off. I did not do a great job today with going over this, but it's all good. It's all good. I think you guys should understand. But if you don't, definitely play around. If this is confusing, just play around with the functions. Call the maid and then pass in the same parameters, and you'll see what it does. But definitely follow these notes. I think this is like the breakdown of everything. He writes it down. Quenty, I think that's how you pronounce his name. Quenty, the creator of this, probably one of the best scripters out there, made this note. So you just follow this note, you add the key, and that's the same. This is the same as this. This is the same. Oops. Okay, let me just undo that. That was a fail. This is the same as, there you go, as that. But then you want to remove the period. What the heck? Is this not the same? I thought you can do that. What if we, whoa, wait a sec. What is going on here? I thought this would work. What if we make this a string? But that doesn't make sense. I thought this was, I don't know why I did this. Key. Okay, or maybe it's you can put a string in here. I thought you could do this. I thought this was allowed, but no, because it's not defined. That's interesting. Okay, let's run it. Let's see if it works. That's really interesting. So I think we made a function, so it should print working. If it was working, it should print working after 10 seconds. Okay. Oh, so yeah, this works. So we can make it into a string, and it will disconnect it. Oh, and it and we didn't even write this one as connect function. So yeah, those are two ways to write it. So we should do this one like the same thing. So you could put this in a string inside a box to call it something. Because when you think about inserting in a table, you can make a table like this. So let's make a local, actually let's do it at the bottom so it doesn't look, so when we make a table, local table equals, let's do my table so it's not confusing, my table. Okay, so we have my table, and inside the table we could name something like dog, and then we'd have another table like this, and then we could have let's say collar. A dog has a collar. Then we could set collar equals green, and then we could set green as that, and then they would have like maybe a bone on them. Bone equals, I don't know, white. Just to say the colors of things. Get bone, got bone. Oh, forgot the, oh, I was a bit scared there. I was like, whoa, did I forget how to do tables? No. Okay, so I just forgot the comma. So yeah, this is basically the same thing, but when you think about how this is, they have a tasks table that's an underscore. So this would look like underscore tasks, just like that, and then you would have the made table. Let's call this made table. So yeah, this is pretty much what the setup would be. Then they would have like a bunch of functions. So we named our function connect function, so this would be connect function equals, and then we'd have maybe our function that we just wanted to connect. This is basically what it's doing, and then it's automatically adding more items in this table. This is basically how the made table works. And so we have a new connection. Let's say part connection, part function, part connection. Why not? Part connection equals part dot touched equals connect function. This is basically what it's doing, and then it's gonna keep on adding down the list. And then once you destroy the made table, it just gets the made table over here when we clean out the table, or we just set it to nil. If we set this to nil, it will just remove this. Or if we get the entire table and we do cleaning, it gets all the tasks, disconnects all the tasks first, and then it does it again in a while loop. Yeah, so that's pretty much what it does. It's just running through a table of the tasks, and then it destroys the tasks table. Pretty much destroys the entire made, so it clears out the made table. So it's the made table in the end of it will just be an empty table, just like that, because it clears the entire table. We're doing table.clear pretty much with the made table. That's what we're doing with maids when we do clean. Okay, I just ranted on with something, but I think I ran this, did I? With this thing? And I feel like I need to sleep more, bro. It's all good. I don't know how long this thing is, but just going at it. But I hope this was helpful. It must be confusing. I hope I did an okay job explaining it, but yeah, there's two ways to name connections and all that, but that's pretty much it. Yeah, if you guys liked, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.